Welcome to Punish for Protecting YouTube live broadcast today. This is Francesca Amato with Punished for Protecting Incorporated. You can reach us at punish the number 4 being a parent.com. That's punish the number 4 being a parent.com. And today's episode is we're talking about deception and fear. Deception and fear. This is how the family court system has gotten away with all that this family court system has done up until now. So we're going to talk about this today, and we thank you for joining us live here on YouTube. Uh, as we discuss what's been happening, as we discuss what's the amazing progress that we've made. So thank you for joining us today. Punish for protection, deception and fear is what got us here. So what am I talking about when I say deception and fear is what got us here? What am I talking about? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the family court system. I'm talking about CPS and the whole gamut of lies, the deception of lies that has gotten us to the point where we are today. In 1962, the Family Court Act was never voted in by the people. It was never voted in by the people. This is an urgent situation that everyone in America should be quite upset about, should be absolutely concerned about, and should be doing all they can to stop this abuse to families, to stop what has been happening to families across our country. For 6 decades, families have suffered and endured the abuses of the family court. And we are doing all we can to make you aware so that you can join us corporately throughout our country and put this system down. Yesterday, we had an amazing protest. We stood before Letitia James' home in Brooklyn, New York. A nice sized crowd came out. We did get media coverage, which I am quite happy about. And we did tell the truth. Now, we had recently the death of Thomas Valva, and News 12 actually recorded, this story went live on News 12. And so, again, we are very happy about that information, about that has happened. And we were able to tell the truth. You see, across this country right now, very bad, the truth. You see, across this country right now, very bad things are happening because the people have not stood up enough, have not come together enough, have not fought the system, have continued to want to add bills and laws and bills to this diabolical system. Now, when a system isn't voted in properly by the people, it's already treason. So even if they did good for 6 years, for 6 decades, it is an invalid system, which is treason, my friends. That's treason. And in that situation, it is highly dangerous for people to continue to go to these family court Title I tribunals, and therefore your life is in their hands. Your life is in their hands, and that is very, very dangerous if your life is in their hands. And so we don't want to see this continue any longer. And so we're asking you, America, to fight with us. And so we're asking you to protest all over the country, anywhere you are, every single day until we take it down. And what we're doing is called abolish arrest. We have to arrest the bad actors under what's called Title 18, Sections 242, which I'm going to read here shortly off the screen. I'm going to pull this up for you and read it off the screen for you, what this means, okay, what this is. Okay. Now, I don't normally, this is actually my very first live off of Facebook. I'm sorry, off of YouTube. My very, very, very first live off of YouTube. I've had premieres run off of YouTube, and I've had pre-recorded off of YouTube, but this is my actually first actual live off of YouTube. And so I'm going to ask you guys to just head and remind your friends. We've gotten the amount of viewers that we need. and all that. And we just need you guys to start spreading the word that I will be using YouTube as well. Hold on a moment. Okay, there. So deprivation of rights under color of law. Deprivation of rights under color of law. Section 242 of Title 18 makes it a crime for a person acting under color of any law to willfully deprive a person of a right or a privilege protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States. So this is why we're talking abolish arrest. And I need you guys to share this all over Facebook right now. Share this on social media. Share it on Twitter, so we can build the numbers in here in YouTube, so we can get the message out to different audiences. For the purpose of Section 242, acts under color of law include acts not only done by federal, state, or local officials within their lawful authority, but also acts done beyond the bounds of the official's lawful authority. If the acts are done while the official is purporting to or pretending to act in the performance of his or her official duties, persons acting under color of law within the meaning of this statute include police officers, prison guards, and other law enforcement officials, as well as judges. Did you guys hear me? As well as judges. Let me say that again. As well as judges, care providers in public health facilities, and others who are acting as public officials. It is not necessary that the crime be motivated by animus toward the race, color, religion, sex, handicap, familial status, or national origin of the victim. Okay, so this is not a, I gotta love people that call me while I'm live. This is not a discriminatory action. This is a simple action taken by these people that violates the Constitution, and violates us as human beings, and violates, and so what the violation here that we have discovered already is that the system, the family court, has never been voted in. It is treason on American soil, and of course we all see how highly dangerous it is. As a matter of fact, I call it a serial killing industry. I call it the child trafficking industry, because it is the gateway door, and it is forcing children into abuse just by taking them, let alone all the damages and the abnormalcies that we have seen throughout the decades, the dangers to families, the fact that you cannot protect your own children. Very dangerous, very dangerous. And we need everyone to rise up now more than ever. So, I mean, we had the most amazing and brave and powerful people yesterday, literally, standing in front of the Attorney General in New York State's home yesterday. And it was freezing. We were freezing, but we were out there. And News 12 came, and I'm very excited about that. And the truth was actually told, the full truth, not the spin that the media gives, not the spin and the lie that fake family court and CPS gives. All right. So I just want to read a little bit more about this, because this is what we're doing. And right now in the state of New York, we are working with the Ulster County Sheriff's Department and other organizations right now, including the Democratic Party of Ulster County. We are working with certain individuals right now to ensure that Judge Anthony McGinty it will be prosecuted for his crimes. We're going to continue to focus on this particular judge that will not stop harassing and threatening me. But of course, we're going after all of these so-called judges. And we are taking down the lie of the fallacy and the lie that this is conspiracy theory, and the lie that it's sovereign citizenship, which is a conundrum of word language that is completely not true. Okay, there are real people, and people are being really abused, and children are being abused through this system. So share. And we are going after all of the judges. We are not just going after one, but right now we have a major push and pull in particular with this judge. Okay, and other people, countless judges all across America. This is not just New York based. We just happen to be batting home run after home run in New York State right now, and we will continue. And we need everybody to be out there protesting right now. A Bush arrest everywhere. I wanted to see people protesting, not just in Brooklyn because I was there, but everywhere. Everywhere. If you're fighting for your children, you need to fight everywhere you are and pull groups together and command abolish and arrest, because anything else is illegal. Anything else is a crime, because it is a crime what they're doing, and you can't give them more legal by making more laws or bills or so on and so forth. You're giving criminals more authority. That is insane to me that you would even think to do that. Okay, just simply based on the fact that we never voted it in and the damages that it's been causing. So let me continue to read, because I'm reading our own laws here to you right now. So share this video. Thank you. Okay, so it says in Section 242, acts under color of law include acts not only done by federal, state, or local officials within their lawful authority, but also acts done beyond. And if everybody can kind of share this into the Watermelon group for me, this YouTube video right now, and other groups on Facebook, I'd greatly appreciate that. Those that are watching, it would help me greatly. Okay, so it says, so we went through it and it shows it would be law enforcement, it would be judges, care providers, public health facilities, and others who are acting as a public official. Now listen, all of these organizations are contracted and working together against the people. So we never voted them in. They usurped our authority, and now it just continues to just go. So any new thing that's added is still not voted in by the people. So the legislators are still doing this damage to the people. So does everybody understand how this works and how wrong this is? Everybody understand? Okay, thank you for sharing, Patricia. I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing into that group, Jessica. Yes, Judge McGuire, we already know Sullivan County. We have Courier Woods. We also have, there's so many of them. They are wicked, they are evil, and they should not be in these positions. They are endangering children. They've put us in a country of a state of emergency. Okay, that means that your attorney general in every state is under their watch. This damage is happening to our families. So on January 8th, myself and Alicia and Sarah went inside the attorney general's briefing room, and we briefed her executive assistant, and we told her all the damages of what's happening, and we put them on verbal notice. Then we went back and we what do you call it? We put together a document, a sworn affidavit. We had 6 people at that moment sign it under oath. And then everybody in the state of New York has signed their separate paper under oath with the judge's complaint. The complaint of the judge that has harmed them, or judges that have harmed them, if anybody was a CPS worker or any other person in these positions that I'm reading to you right now in these capacities, that went on a sworn affidavit as well. And that also got sent up there. So thousands now have signed under oath. Okay, under oath, meaning your word, your truth, the truth. Okay. And at that point, it was all served onto Letitia James. Then yesterday we went and went and stood before her home. Okay. And we need to continue to call her out, and we need to continue to call them out. Okay? And everyone needs to continue to call out their judge. And in every state, everybody needs to do what we did here, there. So it was 28 pages of federal crimes alone against the people. And I believe it was 16 pages of what has been done to the people. And then we named off the most horrific judges of New York State. New York State. This was not just an Ulster thing. This is a New York State and a United States issue, correct? And we went after those top 10, I believe it was. But now we've added on countless judges and so on across the country. So Title 18, Section 242 goes on to say, and these are our laws. These are not policies and procedures. These are our actual laws, my friends. And this is why it must come down. And like I said, you can't give criminals more authority, or a lesser authority even. Okay, you can't. You've got to take it down. You can't call this a justice system. You can't call it a justice system. That is insanity. Okay, so they use words, uneducated people, trolls in the social media world, those that are used by the system, those that work for the system, they will use words like sovereign citizenship. The biggest conundrum ever. It is not a real thing because you can't be sovereign and a citizen at the same time. Okay, this is something that is devised to keep people like ourselves that are actually going after the real system that has trafficked children, harmed families, silent. And it's no longer working because we are so big. And if everybody would show up together, we would have it down already. It can't just be, a handful of advocates like myself that are frontlining all of this, okay? That are forerunning all of this. It has to be all of you together. You have to take a day off of work sometime and join us. You have to, for your sake of your children, okay? Because long term, you're not going to have that job if you don't, okay? You're not going to have that child if you don't. Okay, so you have to put your priorities in order right now. And you have to say, okay, like the rest of us, I've sacrificed work for 3 years. I've shelled out more money than anybody in this probably entire movement. And you need to do what you need to do too. If everyone did it together, then you would have a promising future and your children would too. But if you don't, and you just concern yourself with your world around you, and I do understand that, but these are sacrifices that we all have to make in order to protect our families long term. And you have to look at that little face that you're looking at right now and protect his or her future. And the only way that you're going to do that is if you show up. You have to show up. We're doing stuff all the time. So where are some of you? I wonder many times. Okay? I wonder many times. All right. And then I'm very proud of those who do show up, and they show up for everything. I have one lady, Tammy, she had a stroke and showed up. Okay? It's mind-blowing to me. And it just shows me that people will do whatever it takes to save their children. Where are you? Okay. So let me read. It says, pretending to act in the performance of his or her official duties. Persons acting under color of law within the meaning of this statute include police officers, prison guards, and other law enforcement officials, judges, care providers. So we already discovered it. What it is that we never voted it in. There's it right there. That's it right there in a nutshell. Every other discriminatory act, everything else that they're doing, everything else is icing on the evil cake that they've built. I just saw you. If you'd like to contact me, in chat, I did post the website. It's punished the number 4 beingaparent.com, and for a consultation it's /consultations. That is how we start the process, and we can go into all kinds of things where I court watch, I court witness, I'm on the stand. I've sat next to my clients in many courtrooms across the country and help them get the protection that they need or needed. We've had a lot of success taking this system down. Okay, so to read on, other things are such as we said race, religion, color, sex, handicap, familial status, or national origin, and the victim. That would be like the discriminatory portion. Okay, now the offense is punishable by a range of imprisonment up to a life term, or the death penalty, depending upon the circumstances of the crime, resulting injury. Now let's think about it. Okay, look at how many children have died because of the intentional infliction of court orders. Okay, and then these intentional inflictions are also they're also not only by one judge, by a manufacturing of judges and CPS workers and police and you name it, the medical industry, whomever got involved or didn't get involved or turned a blind eye, despite the amounts of abuse that has been perpetrated on these families and children. Okay, so when we fight for children, we don't just fight for children. Obviously, we're fighting for mom and dad. Okay, we're fighting for their protectors. We're fighting in some cases where if abuser or dad is an abuser, we're not fighting for them, but we're fighting for grandma and grandpa, aunt or uncle, whoever wants to provide for and take care of their biological offspring, their biological family. Okay, my main quote, if you will, under punish for protecting is because no child should live with a abuser or a stranger. Okay, no child should live their childhood that way. So it says that it's punishable by a range of imprisonment up to a life term or the death penalty, depending upon the circumstances of the crime and resulting injury, if any. Okay. Then it says Title 18 USC Section 240, whoever under color of any law. Now, color of law is a much lesser. So they're in deep crap, okay? If people would just wake up and stop trying to coddle them with new laws, they're in deep crap. Like the Family First Act that is millions and millions and millions of dollars already invested in. All this money needs to go back to the families who have suffered and endured to be able to support their families when they get their children back or now that they have their children back. And all the damages that they caused, this money should go back to the families so that the families can now put the children into proper counseling, not forced counseling, of their choosing under free will. Okay, so any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possessions, or district to the deprivation of any rights. Listen, take your children and endangering them is a deprivation of parental rights. And when one parent always trumps the other when a parent says no, okay, because it doesn't say both, okay, in the law. It says if one person says no, basically, is what it says, okay? In essence, it's what it says. All right. So immunity secured, or now we're the ones that have the actual immunities. Pay attention. This judicial immunity is a hogwash. It's hogwash. The system was never voted in, so anything after that is a lie too. So judicial immunity was their cover-ups and their get-out-of-jail-free card, okay? And it's such a wide scope that it's terrifying. It's so wrong. They can do anything in a robe that they want to do? No, absolutely not. And that's ludicrous. How did we let it get this far? 6 decades later, how did we let it get this far? Okay? So the real immunities are us, the people. We're their boss. We're rightful heir, not the other way around. And of course they're going to fight us and use social media clowns to do it or use their fraudulent law system to do it. Of course they're going to fight us. These people are crazy. These people are sovereign citizens. You know, these people are conspiracy theorists. No, I'm giving it to you right in front of your face right now. Okay? So it says, and I'd like you to find anywhere in state or federal where we the people voted this in. Good luck finding that. You never can. Not one person, not one legislator, not one senator, not one congressman or woman, not one assemblyman or woman has ever been able to bring it back to me. You know why? They can't. They can't because we never voted it in. So they can't. So it says here, and if bodily injury results, well, we've seen how many murdered children and physically assaulted children and physically harmed children and molested and raped children there are. So bodily harm has caused bodily injury. Now let's talk about other forms of bodily injury. PTSD, acute PTSD. Court bullying causes this when they keep bringing you back to this fake court. Okay, those are emotional damages, and that's actually a bodily injury. That may not be a physical cut or stabbing or molestation or what have you, but it is in fact a bodily injury. It's a human injury to your psyche. That is an injury. That is injurious. Okay. So it says, let's see, if we go on here, it talks about, hold on. I don't know why the dog is barking. Willfully subjects any person in any state, territory, commonwealth, possession, or district to the deprivation of any rights, privileges or immunities secured or protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than a year or both. And if bodily injury results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include the use, attempted use, or threatened use of a dangerous weapon, explosives, or fire. Now, these are obviously, these judges aren't doing this. Shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years or both. And if death results from the acts committed in violation of this section, or if such acts include kidnapping, this is kidnapping, my friends. They can tell you it's not. I'm telling you, this is kidnapping. This is kidnapping, and they switched the script on that as well. When they say parents kidnap their own children, that is insane and so wrong. And that's why I call this today deception and fear, because people have been deceived And then they sign things under fear. They accept what's happening under fear. They don't show up under fear. They don't fight back under fear. That's why I call this particular YouTube version today Deception and Fear. Okay, so kidnapping or an attempt to kidnap, aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to commit aggravated sexual abuse, or an attempt to kill shall be fined under this title or imprisoned for any term of year or for life or both, or may be sentenced to death. Now, this general information office to assist the Attorney General. Okay, so we're going directly to the Attorney General. Here you go, the DOJ, the Department of Justice. Now, all of these people, they tell you to report a violation. You know, they tell you this. All of these people right here, all of these people, here you got ADA.gov, which is American Disability Act. All of these people, when you go to them, tell you they have no jurisdiction. They tell you they have no jurisdiction. Now, lately, you've seen a thing show up here and there where apparently they went after sex trafficking. Go ahead and call them and watch how quickly they shut you down. Go ahead and call any of these places and watch how fast they shut you down, because they're liars. The bottom line is that they're liars. They're a part of the system. And we, the people, need to really, really step up and join and come together and fight fearlessly. Because again, I'm not going to tell you this again and again and again. You need to wake up, because your children are being destroyed. Your families and your lives are being destroyed, and you're not listening. You're just not listening. You're not fighting when you have the opportunity given before you. Again, I gave up work for 3 years, no pay, to do the work I'm doing. Others like David Jose, Robert, we sacrifice literally everything we own and have. We sacrifice to help you help us. And we need to see more of you. We need to see more of you. Now, this is the website. If you need to go on here, there's a consultation link inside. It's punishthebeingA parent.com/consultations. You'll fill this out. And my assistant will schedule you for an appointment to get started. But I'm building you up individually in order to build you up corporately in order to take this system down. In my database, I have a database filled with under oath testimonials and sworn affidavits. Okay? It's time that everybody starts to wake up. If you're watching this right now and you need help, I'm here to help. But if you're watching this right now and you don't help, then you're part of the problem. We must fight together. We were protesting. We do everything we can. We need you to show up. We need you to form your own groups wherever you are and start to protest these courts every day, starting Tuesday. Monday's a holiday. Get in there, get outside, make brochures, spend some money, spend some time. Do something, because we're in dangerous territory in our country. Okay? Pound the White House with phone calls demanding to get me before the president so that I can speak directly to him. Because if he really wants to take down child trafficking, it's happening through the family court system. That's the bottom line. It is child pedophilia services, child predator services. Okay? And again, yes, I will put it in here. It's punished, the number 4, beingaparent.com. I'm going to put it back in comments. It'll also be underneath this YouTube video when I'm done today. Putting it again in comments. Punished for being a parent. Sorry, parent.com/consultations. And it's here in comments too, everybody. Okay. So it is important that I do need all of you to please spread the word, get it out there. I have a large amount of followers on Facebook, so they constantly Facebook jail me. They never have a reason to Facebook jail me. They've been Facebook jailing me for 2 years. Okay. There's never a legitimate reason to Facebook jail me. I have, there's social media people out there that target and they make false claims, and you never find any evidence of anything they say because there isn't anything. Okay. So I'm here on YouTube now. Now, like I said, this is my first actual live on YouTube. I use to spread the interviews with families and other stuff that I do, and I premiere stuff off of here. But I'm using it now because I'm Facebook jailed again, and I use this to put it into the playlist that send it to the TV stations that air my show. Okay, so now I'm going to be using YouTube more frequently, and even though I've got, it looks like, quite a lot of subscribers here, people don't normally know that I'm here. So not only do you need to hit like and subscribe, but hit the bell so you know when I'm live or when I'm premiering. Okay, so this is the accomplished. The diabolical system. It's a very long time standing system. But I want to show you guys in the website, if you go to Punish for Being a Parent, there's a lot on here. I do have my best-selling book. It's called Punish for Protecting. It's sold out on Barnes & Noble. It's constantly sold out on Barnes & Noble, but you can get it through Amazon. So Amazon, you can get it, and you just click the link there. You just go to Amazon and put it in. It became a bestseller twice. I think I'm going into a third year now of bestseller. Here's where I actually presented to Kellyanne Conway. We were down in Washington, D.C. I put up many, many billboards even throughout the country. Here's where I'm speaking with Barry Goldstein. This is another great woman here. You'll see Alana Orr. She's also an advocate. She's also suffered by the hands of McGinty. She gave her child to a man who was disorderly removed from the military for child pornography. Next to that is Evelyn Whippay. She's amazing. She's a dyslexic expert, and she knows that because of what the courts are doing, children get dyslexia from it. So we've got a lot on this. It's the second year. The third year we plan it to be a celebration. So you can check out that. I have many, many interviews. This is Book Talk with Bill Lemansky. I did the very first We the Parents event on 2017 in Washington, D.C. I've been on WSAZ News in West Virginia, Channel 3. My goodness, I've been on Victorious Life TV with Lisa Boldo many times. This was such a time as this event. I do speak in churches to try to wake up the churches. I've been on Heart of New York TV repeatedly, just spreading the word of the truth of what's going on. This is the child trafficking briefing we did before Congress on September 9th through the For the Children briefing before Congress. And then, this is just some of the, you can be on our show. It's Punished for Protecting as well. Recently, there's been many different other TV stations and news that have reported, we do get in, even though most of the news is lying media. They don't want to take these stories. They don't want the truth out there. The only thing you ever see is when a child dies. That's the only thing you see is when a child dies. We do need your financial support, so please, help us to continue going. We do not get grants. I am a legitimate nonprofit. I am registered in the state of New York. I am going on to my second year now as a nonprofit. I've been doing this for close to 13 years. Nobody knows better than me. I have literally sat in, I can't even count how many same judge sits behind in every court. It's the same judge. Believe me when I tell you, they're all insane. I can't even get over what I see in these courts, how evil they are. The decisions that they make are absolutely diabolical. Absolutely diabolical. And they do this every single day in these courts. They don't care about children. There is no such thing as ever proceeding to the side of caution. I never see them proceed to the side of caution. It's mind-blowing to me. And as soon as there's abuse, they give the children to the abuser. I'm just going to read some stuff just from today alone. Susan Cobb put, viciously and tortuously murdered by judicial fiat in conjunction with two psychopathic killers. Only the killers are in jail at the moment. After this video, the father made good on his threat. He was beaten and froze to death. And this is the story of Thomas Falva. And he's an NYPD officer who killed his own son. And 6 of the children in that home were molested and killed. And it's just absolutely unbelievable. Now, this goes on every single day because family court judges make these orders. If you look at this picture right here, this was something that was very blessed to me. Sorry, I don't know what I just did there. Very, very blessed to me because these children right here were, sorry, as you can see, I'm banned from Facebook for 3 days for no reason. But these children right here, I worked very hard with the mom. I saw her story when it first started happening, and it was very happy. I was very happy day to be with Dana Williams, who is, I consider a good friend at this point, and then her beautiful twin daughters, to be together after the abuse they endured, horrific abuse at the hands of Georgia, at the hands of Alabama, at the hands of New York judges. Okay, and the fake fraudulent CPS and ACS lying, sick, evil people. Evil. They're just evil to the core. So that was a very blessed day for me because these children, have been rescued. But here we are, New York State is the forerunner state to demand our Attorney General, Letitia James, prosecute the family court judges and abolish family court. This is what I need from everybody right now. I need everybody to help us put this down and stop it once for all. So let me just show you. This is our live. Everybody, we're here in front of Letitia James' house, and we do have SoFar News 12 is here with us. So far, people are starting to line. Here we go. Hold on a second. We also have in the car here. We have say hi, Yvette Katz. You freeze. It was cold, so we. So hi, how are you? You are.
My name's Laurent.
Oh, Miss Rowe. Hi, nice to meet you. Say hello.
Hi.
So hey, so far, but some people have shown up.
All right, so I like that it's getting a little bigger. We'll go back to the across the street.
Hi, how are you? How are you? This is. Hi.
Part two.
Very good.
But so I'm gonna go back across the street. Working on another side. We got information.
Yes. Look first. Everybody, just who's watching for more people to see we're wearing coats. And little Thomas Alva died freezing to death. I think we can take this a little bit, right?
It was 30 degrees and it was 19 that night.
It was 19 that night. And where's Letitia James? Where is she through all of this? Didn't we serve her on the 21st of January? So does anybody want to tell a little bit of their story? So, anybody?
Hey, how are you? My name's Anthony Sibeli. I'm a current victim, still underway, my oppression in the family court system. I'm expected to have a rigged trial on May 28th. I hope that many of you can join me. We can see what happens there. We've served Letitia James once verbal notice on January 8th while other people were upstate protesting the mandated vaccines. And also on the 21st, we served her with a notice of affidavits letting her know of the federal crimes that are being committed under her watch. We didn't blame her for anything, but we did ask her. We didn't say that she was responsible for it, but we said that she could help us stop it. And she's remained silent, yet she is very active on Twitter about ridiculous issues going on and causing racially divisive propaganda. And we're just asking to have an attorney general who truly represents the people. Yet, as of yesterday, she's in a Twitter war with Donald Trump. And she's saying that she's protecting the Constitution.
Can you tell us?
And my to the doing. I'm not glad that you will since my daughter worldwide. Unfair, it's unjust, and they keep putting children into harm's way. You've got titles of whether you're law enforcement or doctor or teacher. There's in every group, in every title, there's always a bad apple, okay? And there's bad apples everywhere. And these bad apples are the ones that are making it rotten. This court was never voted in by the people. 1962.
That's right. That's right.
Never voted in.
Even if they did good for 6 decades, it would still be wrong.
It's still wrong. It's unconstitutional.
Yes.
And I stand here for today for not just my daughter, not just for Tommy Valva, for all the other children who have perished under the system in the past decades.
Yes.
We're still, at this moment, as we are here standing, going through abuse.
That's right.
And for those children,
That's right.
in the future, if nothing has ever changed, and trust me when I tell you, just because you think it's not in your own backyard, it will soon one day be in your backyard.
That's right. It is now, really.
In your backyard, whether someone you're related to, someone that you're involved with, a neighbor, a friend. You all know what I speak of because I've heard it from many other people. I've heard it. My niece is going through, my nephew, my uncle, my this.
Right.
It's been happening for far too long.
That's right.
We need to abolish and arrest.
Amen. Amen.
To put an end.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you. Can I get your name and a little bit of your story or why you're here?
Well, I'm here.
Let's get a picture of this. Rest in peace, Tommy. This is little Tommy Valva, everybody. We're here on behalf of him and all the children. He's given a voice to numerous children, millions of children.
And more to come.
And seriously, more to come.
Our system.
That's right.
And I just think that the judges have to become a little bit more sensitive. I think they need to be retrained. I know my nephew died last year because she petitioned for her grandson. And on the day that she petitioned, judge gave the child back. The judge, okay, the judge gave back the child, and the next day she was drowned to death, and no one was charged in that case.
Yeah, always.
And on the day that child was awarded, the next day that child was found dead in a swimming pool. So I'm just praying that someone in government would stop up and stop giving us lip service. I'm sitting on their behinds collecting dust and waiting to collect their pensions. I think that with every part of our court system, I think that they have to be made accountable. And let people know that we have power. You can't just sit in office and do nothing.
That's right.
You know, there's a point now where
Ignore
you
us.
show us what it is that you're doing, and you have to be accountable for what is happening.
River House right now in Brooklyn.
The leaders that are in place for us has stepped to the plate. I noticed that people, when they're running for office, will walk the street and shake hands with anyone. But once they get in office, you cannot find them. You know, if you have an emergency,
Even if you go in their office and serve
you
them
cannot. They have
with a sworn affidavit.
They have the dogs waiting at the door, and it's a deterrent in all of our systems not to reach our leaders. Why is that? They're turning the other way.
That's right.
So I'm just here and will always be here in support for all the causes, but our children are our future, and we have to stop letting them get murdered due to the lack of empathy and knowledge that some of these judges hold. They're not equipped to be the psychologists.
That's right. That's right.
Let it
That's
be
right.
aside. Let it be
See the other
aside.
side.
People need to.
To vote on assist, benefit, and protect the children and not your own abolish arrest. Knowledge is power. 1968 in creation. 19. I should know this. Small people. 1962. Creation by the government to profit off innocent parents and their children suffering. Not voted in. Unconstitutional. Unconstitutional. Which makes it dangerous even if they did good and they've only. I call them a serial killing business. Serial killing business. LaShonda, what can you say? Hi.
I need to say, Letitia James, wake up. I'm housing by Long Island, Suffolk County Court. I have been railroaded. Okay, I'm a single mother, hardworking mother. Okay, my daughter right now is with a drug dealer, a rapist. Okay, and the courts know this. I have went to Judge Quinn, the supervising judge. Hendricks, his supervisor. I went to Congress, Steve Malone, him as well. I went to everyone I can think of. Okay, Royal King, everyone I can think of. The judicial system, nobody, because all these people that they have sitting, they're human. So they do illegal activity as well.
That's
they
right.
Paid
That's right.
the other way from law guardians. My daughter's law guardian. Jeannie Burton, okay, 2 children died in her care. Disgusting. Why would they continue to let her try to protect these kids? You're not doing anything. You're doing harm.
That's right.
You're doing harm.
That's right. They are doing harm. They are doing harm. They're doing
murderers. And they're murderers. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. This baby had to lose his life.
That's
okay?
right.
And you still, today, you guys still not waking up, okay? Still not waking up.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say,
Long time seasoned, that's Cat.
yeah, I just want to say that federal law, U.S. Code Title 12, Section 242, very, very clearly states that any public official who violates anybody's rights is committing a felony, F-E-L-O-N-Y, felony, and should go to prison, P-R-I-S-O-N. However, I think people should be hung by the neck.
Well, that's what Title 18, Section 242 says in our laws. It hasn't changed either.
Okay, for up to, I didn't know that.
Yes, the
Up
truth.
to a life term in jail, or they receive the death penalty, depending on the circumstances.
That's the death penalty.
I think in my divorce case, the fact that I might be penniless and homeless, and being put on the street by my ex-lawyer spouse and corrupt Judge Matthew Cooper at 60 Center Street with many other judges and many other attorneys, and I have put them in a document to Letitia James, in addition to punished for protection. In addition, in solidarity for all of the young parents here whose children have been killed or taken from them, how dare they? And I want to say older children are affected. Older children are affected too. The anxiety, the siblings, the anxiety, and the depression. And I just want to say my older kids are affected. And it leads to alienation of all of our families. There's parental alienation, but it's also alienation from our families. People are sick of hearing us after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in these fucking courts. Sorry. Freaking courts. I am so sick of this. I am sick of this. I am sick of being poor. I'm sick of being, in deprivation.
Well, what do you want to say about just one thing?
Letitia James,
Letitia
pay
James.
attention. People are dying. Kids are dying. CPS needs to be better trained.
Well, I don't know about better training. We want to abolish arrest. Abolish arrest. Abolish arrest. Abolish arrest. Abolish arrest. What do you want, abolish arrest?
What
Do you ever think this would happen to you in your lifetime?
if they're not current, thank you.
Let me show. Hold on. Okay, we're live, Lafayette, so we'll be back. YouTube today, and we appreciate you be here, and going to ask you guys to just remember to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because we are going to keep fighting, and we're coming fierce and furious. Join us.